Hey guys, I'm Kaz from the Bomb Squad and thank you for waiting so patiently for this episode of Watch This Space. So last year for Batman Day, Justine, Ziana and I did a special where we listed every time that Batman had ever been on screen. And one of our viewers, Armando R. Ramos Jr. requested that we do the same for Wolverine. So I thought that I would get the Bomb Squad's expert on the subject. Thank you, Kayleigh.
I'm Kayleigh, I'm the Canadian member of the Bomb Squad, and I am a huge Wolverine fan.
Plus, when Maud heard that we were covering Wolverine, she wanted to get involved too.
Thanks so much for having me back on your show, Kaz. I'm a big fan of Wolverine, even though I'm wearing DC. I think he's such an amazing character, and having talked to Hugh Jackman about playing Logan, I'm pretty excited to be in this video.
So, who is Wolverine? Well, this Canadian superhero made his debut in The Incredible Hulk issue 180. Now that was just a cameo, he made his full appearance in the next issue. From then on, he became a staple in the Marvel Universe. He is easily one of Marvel's most recognizable and well-loved characters. As for Wolverine himself, he was born James Howlett in the late 19th century to some wealthy landowners in Alberta, Canada. Now, after his mutations manifested, mutations including bone claws and advanced healing, James led a strange and dangerous life. He eventually had adamantium grafted to his skeleton, resulting in those infamous claws, and then he teamed up with the X-Men and like literally anyone else that asked him. For a loner, he's been on almost every superhero team. Just saying.
This is our other new member, Wolverine.
How you doll? Want a piece of fruit?
Wolverine's first appearance outside of print was in the 1980s cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. And to be perfectly honest, it left a little bit to be desired. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with Australian accents, but let's be real, guys. Wolverine is a gosh darn Canadian, eh?
Neil Ross brought Wolverine's Aussie accent back again for the 1989 pilot of animated television series X-Men Pride of the X-Men, but the series never actually made it to production.
Don't worry about us, Dingo. We'll make sure we can. Ah!
Wolverine was joined by many other X-Men in this animated series from the 90s. It was incredibly well received when it first aired. They tackled tough issues such as racism and discrimination, but they balanced it out with goofy jokes.
Plus, apparently Wolverine and Spidey are tight. Yeah, I mean, Wolverine showed up in about 4 episodes of the Spider-Man animated series back in 1994.
Bryan Singer's X-Men movie from 2000 gave the world its first look at Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Now, though his country of origin and height didn't exactly match up with Logan's, Jackman did a fantastic job in the role, and won over even some of the toughest of fans with his portrayal of the grizzled loner.
A little bit taller and missing his signature mutton chops, Wolverine was a battle-trained mentor to teenage X-Men in X-Men Evolution, which ran from 2000 to 2003.
X2, X-Men United. This 2003 sequel to the first X-Men movie brought us a little bit more of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Logan returns to Professor Xavier's school after trying to uncover a little bit of his past. This film was a critical success, and it brought us some much-needed, albeit still convoluted backstory for Wolverine. Wolverine and the X-Men. This 2009 animated series only ran for 1 season, and though it was incredibly well received and a second season was planned, due to financial reasons, the show was cancelled. Now, fun fact about the second season, it was supposed to include characters such as Deadpool, Jubilee, and Cable. So everyone's really disappointed that we didn't get our second season, but nothing we can do about it now. Kickstarter.
We also saw him in 2006, The Last Stand X-Men movie. Now, a lot of people slammed this movie saying it wasn't good remotely. We actually saw a new side to Wolverine that I thought was great. Here he is finally showing his love and dedication towards Jean Grey, but she's going through something entirely different. Not only is she still in a relationship with Cyclops, Scott, but she also transforms into Phoenix and kind of kills a lot of people in the process. So Wolverine basically sacrifices himself to save the person that he loves, something that we haven't really seen Wolverine do ever before.
Spider-Woman, Agent of S.W.O.R.D. This 2009 motion comic was written by Brian Michael Bendis and drawn by Alex Maleev, and featured the voice of Jeffrey Hedquist as Logan. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. The story was released as both print comic and a motion comic. Wolverine appears in the 5th episode along with the New Avengers in an effort to help Spider-Woman locate a Skrull.
The 2009 X-Men Origins Wolverine movie basically gave us Logan's origin story. It showed us him first getting his powers when he was 13, everything that happened before he got his adamantium claws, and basically up until the point where he lost his memory.
Wolverine anime. This 2011 series was animated by Japanese studio Madhouse and was inspired by the 1982 Wolverine comic book series by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. The story features Wolverine heading out to Japan to battle many enemies to save his love Mariko. This was part of the Marvel anime universe, which also features animes featuring Blade, Iron Man, and the X-Men. Wolverine actually appears in an episode of the Iron Man anime as well as the Blade anime. Totally worth checking out.
From 2009 to 2011, Wolverine was part of the Superhero Squad show on Cartoon Network.
Hugh Jackman's cameo in this 2011 movie delighted audiences. Though it was incredibly brief, it was certainly memorable and a little bit dirty.
Excuse me, I'm Eric Lensher.
Tell Xavier.
Go fuck yourself.
Lego Wolverine joins pretty much all of the favourite Marvel heroes and villains in the 5-part miniseries Lego Marvel Superheroes Maximum Overload.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Wolverine, voiced once again by Stephen Bloom, appeared alongside the other Howling Commandos in a flashback in the 4th episode of the Micro series prequel to the animated series. This series is actually a personal favorite of mine, and it is definitely something you must check out if you're an Avengers fan. Wolverine also appeared in another episode in the 2nd season, along with some of the new Avengers like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, War Machine. Like I said, this is a great series, totally worth checking out.
And then my favourite of all X-Men movies in 2014, it was Days of Future Past. This is where time travel comes into it because in 2023 we see that the world is fucked up by a creation of things called the Sentinels, which is just causing destruction. So they got to go back in time and eliminate the scientists that created the formula for the Sentinels. And the only person that can do that, of course, is Wolverine because of his super healing abilities. He's the only one that can really survive that. So he goes back to 1973, which kind of means you've got the original cast of X-Men merged with the first class cast. I got that out the first time, I'll have you know. And they work together, obviously, to make sure that the next timeline and the future is A-OK.
In 2016's X-Men Apocalypse, Wolverine showed up for one epic fight sequence. They teased it pretty late in the hype game, and as usual, Hugh Jackman delivered. It was amazing.
And in 2016, we technically got Wolverine in the Deadpool movie by default. Not only Wolverine, but we also got Hugh Jackman plastered onto Deadpool's face while trying to convince his girlfriend that he is still a stud, even though his face is pretty much falling off. I did ask Hugh Jackman if he would team up with Ryan Reynolds, and he was like, ugh, he won't stop calling me. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. Heartbreak. And I fought for us geeks. I did.
And coming out in March this year, we have Logan, which is starring Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and will actually be Hugh Jackman's last appearance as the Wolverine. The movie will introduce us to a young mutant called Laura, who we are all assuming is Laura Kinney, or X-23, or Wolverine. So what do you reckon? Are you guys going to see it at the cinemas? Alright, so that is every time that Wolverine has ever been seen on screen. Let us know if we missed any in the comments down below. And also, what is your favourite incantation of Wolverine? Maud? Kayleigh? What do you reckon?
Best incantation of Wolverine. Obviously, we all want to say Hugh Jackman because he is the only Wolverine according to all of us. He was the first time that he, an actual person played this character. So, I mean, I have to go towards that. But I also love the cartoon Wolverine. The freaking battles between Sabretooth and Wolverine, which would come out of nowhere. It's kind of like the really intense graphic version. Actually, not so graphic when you hear what I'm comparing it to. Peter Griffin and the chicken in Family Guy, where out of nowhere, boom, there's an attack. Theirs is more violent, but Wolverine's and Sabretooth's has a lot more kind of freaking anger behind it. and purpose behind that anger as well. They just hate each other. Yeah, maybe that's like they're the parallels that I draw. Isn't that funny?
Ooh, my favorite portrayal of Wolverine. I'm gonna have to go with the Wolverine from the 90s cartoon, which was voiced by Cahill Todd. Seriously, hope I'm saying that right. That is what started my Wolverine obsession, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I actually just put up my Powered of 2016. So I did my best of playing, watching, and reading of everything that I did last year. There's some cool pics in there, 3 separate videos. Check them out.
I'm Kayla, and you can find me on Twitter at Andraste, ANDRASTE. And if you guys want to pick yourselves up some awesome shirts like this Stranger Things inspired Geek Bomb shirt, just head over to punterwear.net. We've got tons of great designs. The prices are fantastic. The shirts are comfortable. Just pick yourself up some dang puns already.
Like, subscribe, do all the fun things. We've got social media too. Let yourself be known and heard because geeks rule. Bye guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time when Julia comes back for another anime episode of Watch This Space.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Tom.
What do you do?
What do? I work for DC and Marvel. I'm currently the writer of Wolverine.
Holy
and
shit!
I write,
Holy shit!
I write Injustice for DC and Justice League. Hi.
This guy is currently the writer of Wolverine.
Hi. Odie and Wolverine, do you read that? Laura? Laura Kinney? Oh yeah.